Hello, can you hear me? I'm gonna try this one more time. Looks good. I wanna try this one more time. Can y'all hear me and tell me if there's an echo? Shit, audio. Let's do this. I wanna try this one more time. One more again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. What's good? I'm gonna talk about some black eyed children tonight. Just gonna go ahead and sit here, play a little bit of music while I get everything ready, set up. And once I get everything set up and we're ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and get the video started. First, what we're gonna talk about, we're just gonna talk about some paranormal stuff, and then we're just gonna get into the meat and potatoes for Black Eyed Kids. And I want to know what y'all think about them. What do y'all think they real? What do y'all think they not? Leave it in the comment section. Whatever. This is just me watching a couple videos, and I'm gonna share it with y'all while I watch it. It's not really a reaction. I think it's more like a watch with me. Yeah. One video is by Nuke Top 10, not Nuke Top 5, and the other video is just a compilation of videos that I put together to just get you to think and see what y'all think about these Black Eyed Kids. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all here in a few minutes.
Vision deep bullin'.
We going up, we be going up, we going up, yeah. We be going up, you going down, yeah. We gon' take you down, we take you down, yeah. We gon' take you down, we going up, yeah. We going up, yeah. We all going up, we take you down, yeah. We gon' take you down, you going down, yeah. We gon' take you down. Red spot, already feeling drunk. Put a red spot, already feeling drunk. VIP shit, yeah, that's my dick, yeah. Tell them hate niggas took it off my dick. Kill them all, popping off gun, John Wick. Get it how I do it, make motherfuckers sick. Rolling ain't stopping on my motherfucking shit, nigga. Old cat in the yard with a quick trigger. The smallest but the widest out the litter. Don't mess with face, how the fucking figure. Diamond shine bling and they all right. Rolling to a clean car, all white. We going up, we be going up. We going up, yeah. We be going up. You going down, yeah. We gon' take you down. We take you down, yeah. We gon' take you down. We going up, yeah. We going up, yeah. We all going. We take you down, yeah. We gon' take you down. You going down, yeah. We gon' take you down. Apply pressure on the nigga. Yeah, wavy surfing on them niggas. Yeah, don't call that shit nigga. Yeah, clockwork, make the block work, make the move quick. That's it, on that shit. Yeah, don't call, make that phone call. Got them gone, y'all. Got them singing bone songs. Deep in the trench, we getting that word. Fuck around, get your fuck ass murdered. Wipe your nose, fuck your smirk. Niggas die, niggas lurk. Niggas earn, niggas strive. Fuck around, we ride or die. Ain't no games out here, nigga. Living like a 9 to 5. We going up, we be going up. We going up, yeah. We be going up. You going down, yeah. We gon' take you down. We take you down, yeah. We gon' take you down. We going up, yeah. We going up. We going up, yeah. We all going up. We take it down, yeah. We gon' take you down. You going down, yeah. We gon' take you down.
That's the best I'm gonna get that. So, like I said, we got a couple of videos that we're gonna watch tonight. We got one on just the paranormal thing. You know, I just want to see where your head's at before we get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation, the Black Eyed Children. I just want to know where your head is before we get all the way through all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's pretty much just how I want to do things tonight. So, um, what do y'all think about? You think those real energy?
All I know is I ain't opening the door.
You ain't opening the door.
I ain't opening the door for no strange ass people. None of that shit. If the ghost say get out the house, I'm out. Just let me get the shit.
I can feel you on that. I ain't trying to fool with yeah. I mean, honestly and truthfully, if it's a spirit, you was obviously here first. You was obviously here first. I'm in your house.
This shit happened on the land before the house got there.
Yeah. I mean, because like I, I'm like I'm the type of dude. I believe in a lot of different things. I believe, and whether you believe it or not, I take the reason why I believe a lot of the things is because it's vain to think that we're the only creatures in existence. It's vain to think that. And then on top of that, even in the Bible, if you go by the Bible, God created many creatures. Man was just Jesus' favorite, and that's the one he's taking care of. We have absolutely no idea what God has created. And anybody, any other angel was like, hey, I like them. Hey, let me play with them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's just biblically. So that's why, I think that there's other things out there, like interdimensional and all that other stuff. You're going to have to prove the interdimensional thing to me.
The multiverse.
Yeah, but as far as like paranormal, like uh afterlife and stuff like that, you know, yeah, residual energy, uh, as far as like alien, as far as like what is it, mermaid, Bigfoot, all these cryptozoology, you know what I'm saying? I would have to, say
Saw
that.
Bigfoot the other day at Walmart.
You saw Bigfoot at Walmart?
Yeah.
What she look like?
Scary.
Ooh, that's it. What's going on, Angel? Yes, thank you. I have to wear, every now and again I'm gonna wear them when I got this set up because of the way the light is set up. It actually helps because I realize that the light gives me a headache when I sit so close to them. Mind your business.
Indoor sunglasses type of guy.
I'm an indoor glasses type of guy. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm doing. All right, so hey man, you want to go ahead and take a look at some of these with me?
Might as well. There it
That's
is.
cool. Let's go ahead and take a gander.
A gander.
Take a gander at what I got going on sitting over. Oh,
Could be beans.
all right. The first video that I want to watch right now that we're gonna take a peek at is Nuke's top five. Um, it's a little short video. He has longer ones. If y'all want to go check him out, it's at the same. It's at the
The guy's name's on screen.
yeah. His name will be on the screen. Let's put it that
It ain't in the description, Bob, but if you look that up on the screen, you'll find
Yeah, his name is exactly what you see right here. Nuke's top five.
it. I mean, it ain't hard. He made the video. We ain't make the
Yeah,
video.
we didn't make the
It's
video.
his.
I didn't make this video. It's his video. I just want to look at it.
It's his intellectual property.
It's his property. I just want to take a look at it, take a peek at it, and see what's going on with it.
We ain't trying. All right. Feel like somebody out the gap there.
Going on.
There.
Going on.
There.
I look nice.
There.
I look good like this. Only bad thing is that that piece that right there's covering my face. Look at my. Don't man me, motherfucker. Mind your business. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there. Ooh, look at that. Look at that.
The same color as the curtain.
Look at that. I'm sexy. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the video real quick. Oh.
Five unexplained mysteries in the sky, caught on camera. Sky spiral. On December 9, 2009, just before sunrise, a strange light appeared in the northern skies of Norway. Now, this is not something that would ordinarily be considered strange, considering Norway is well known for its northern lights, which are caused by naturally occurring solar storms. This particular event was very different. What started out as a simple glowing beam turned into something unexplainable as the amazing phenomena started spinning into a perfect spiral. Then suddenly, hundreds of miles wide spiral seemed to get swallowed by a black hole. Witnesses were stunned. The mysterious spiraling blue light show soon caught the attention of news networks internationally.
Stargazers have a big mystery on their hands, a giant spiral of light that suddenly appeared over northern Norway.
Norwegians were treated to a spectacular light show early Wednesday morning that immediately set tongues wagging. Everyone asking what created that giant blue pinwheel in the sky.
That looks too damn cold for me sitting out there chilling.
Very few answers. News outlets ultimately speculated that the event might have been a failed Russian rocket test. So, what do you think? Do you believe it was just a rocket test gone wrong, or proof that there's more out there than the government tells us? Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. The Ring of Smoke. This eerie footage taken in Kazakhstan has residents and online viewers convinced it's definitive proof of extraterrestrial life. On April 4th, 2015, confused locals watched as a mysterious cloud began to hover ominously over the village of Shortendi. The cloud hovered there for 15 minutes before it vanished as quickly as it appeared. Some believe the black cloud formation to be a naturally occurring weather event known as a thermal microburst, which is caused by a falling mass of warm air. However, what makes this theory questionable is that these microbursts are caused by bad weather, usually a thunderstorm or even a tornado. In the video, it's clear that there are absolutely no signs of bad weather present, not even another cloud in the sky. Skyquake. There's an odd phenomena that has been reported around the world where loud noises can be heard that actually seem to emanate from the very sky itself. Sounds range from loud pulsing booms to audio that seems almost musical. The phenomena is so common that it has even been given a name, skyquake. Now, no one knows the source of these skyquakes, but some theorists speculate that the sounds could have possible extraterrestrial or UFO origins. One thing is certain. These strange sounds have been reported by news outlets all over the world.
There's been a lot of buzz over the last few weeks about strange sounds being heard in the atmosphere. People around the world and here at home have reported hearing some bizarre noises.
They've heard a loud boom coming from the skies last night.
Heard and felt a loud
Oh,
noise
hell
around
no.
12:30 Central Time this afternoon.
Are the areas
Hell
being
no.
plagued by loud booming sounds? Problem is, no.
I don't think I could live anywhere where the sky is making noises and it ain't thunder.
Ain't no Air Force Base?
Oh no, I'm good on that, bro. Why would you even live? No,
Ain't no bombs coming saying get out.
right? But ew. No, I can't do that. I can't do it. Mm-mm. I'm not built for that. That I ain't built for.
No one knows where the sound is coming
I'm
from.
going to try and describe it for everyone here, okay?
I'm not
If
built
you
for
took
that.
a whale's mating call, added a 5th grader learning to play French horn, and threw in some cheeseball ghost sound effects from a haunted house, that would be like the noise that a lot of people woke up to in St. Paul this morning.
Creepy sounds have also been documented by YouTube users worldwide.
Oh no. Sound like Cloverfield monster coming.
That's coming from the sky. Oh, what's Godzilla? Oh no, that is Cloverfield, ain't it? Oh no. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Man, these are different parts of the world, bruh. No. No.
Other non-UFO conspiracy theories for the cause of these sounds range all the way from secret government weather control devices to even the assertion by some religious groups that the sounds herald the beginning of the apocalypse. So what do you think these weird sounds are? Let me know in the comments below. Floating
I
City.
just don't know if I even want to know.
This video
Floating
surfaced
city.
out of China, and it looks like their city is floating in the clouds. Of course,
Now here's a bizarre one for you. An actual floating
Where
city
from?
in the sky. Or is it? At least 5 times over the last 6 years, this mysterious phenomenon has occurred in the skies
5
over
times
China.
in 6
The
years,
latest
huh?
strange event taking place this year on April 21st, 2017. Now, it's undeniable that this is a real event, considering how many times the mysterious floating city has appeared, and each time it's been captured on camera by multiple witnesses.
No.
Opinions on just what it is vary. Now, one of the strange leading theories is that the floating city is a hologram produced by the authorities carrying out a, quote, Project Bluebeam test. Project Bluebeam is a conspiracy theory which believes that NASA plans to one day use holograms and telepathy to simulate an alien invasion of Earth or even the second coming of Christ. Another theory is that it's a portal from a different dimension, giving us a brief glimpse of a city in another part of the universe. Now, the previous theory
See, that's what I'm talking about when I say that somebody's gonna have to prove to me about this interdimensional travel
All
stuff.
that first shit.
I mean, because I keep hearing about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a possibility. There is. But
Until Rick
you
and Morty
gotta
show up.
prove to me that it's actually true. Not prove to me, but I mean, you have to prove to me that there's other
You have to tell me
dimensions.
why there's square clouds. I ain't never seen no clouds.
Yeah, I ain't never seen those square clouds, but I mean, you have to explain to me why interdimensional travel is so possible and not just, sci-fi.
Holding space and all of that.
Right. I mean, I'm good with it. You're just gonna have to show me where it's actually possible.
Hell, they can't generate enough power to do half the shit.
Right.
They seem more like movie plots than actual science. So, the most believable theory is that the floating city is merely a fata morgana. A fata morgana is a mirage that causes observers to see images that are sometimes upside down or stacked one on top of the other. It's caused by light rays being bent by extremely dense air. One example is when traveling on a road on a hot day and you might see water in the distance, water which will then disappear when you come close. Whichever theory is true, it's up to you to
I
decide.
don't think that's it, but
UFO
good try. Good
September
try.
2016,
Because
a
I'm one of those
disc-shaped
dudes
object
that
appeared over
because
Paris, France. A witness captured it.
regardless, at the end of the day, I'm one of those dudes that I've seen weirder shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe anything is possible. I believe anything is possible. I believe mermaids are possible. I believe even with all the bull and the dumb crap that people have come forward with, that there's a Bigfoot out there. I just think that people have fudged so much evidence that you can't tell what's real and what's fake anymore.
That's some of the BS TV shows.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even if somebody did find some true Bigfoot stuff, you have to sit back and question
It's
it.
on Fox News, CNN, CBS,
Right.
NBC.
You have to question stuff like that. You have to.
Barbara.
Hey, what's going on, Barbara? But you have to question stuff like that because if you don't question stuff like that, I mean, there's things that are going on around us right now that you don't even understand and don't even know. Just like, I mean, with technology. Technology is way more advanced than what the common folk know. You know what I'm saying? There's things that I'm not saying governments, but there's stuff that people can do that you don't even know is even possible.
What the hell you think Velcro came from?
Right. So I mean, if you know that these things have just come from out of nowhere. I mean, look at how people have advanced so far in just what 500 years. Look at the advancement of human in 500 years.
We are nosy.
Right, but where did we get the technology to do a lot of the things that we did? I mean, who thought to put alloys and wires and stuff like that together to create circuit boards?
Who said turning electricity off and on gives us a fucking TV? Gives us this.
You know, I'm saying as far as lights go and everything else like that, I'll give it to you. Maybe we could have come across that and everything else like that. But circuit boards and everything else like that, I mean, that all evolved so quickly, it makes no sense. I'm not saying we would never have gotten to where we are. I'm just saying we got there so fast and we're still so far ahead and we don't know how far we are.
We know how to take shit apart. We take it apart.
She said from aliens. I mean, whatever you call them, whatever it is, I believe there's something out there or whatever that has done. I mean, because like I said, to believe that we are the only things on this in this universe alone is vanity. And to think that we're the most evolved in this universe is even worse.
That's just like I know China has a perfect replica of one of our U-2 spy planes. Because when I was in Korea, a U-2 spy plane crashed off Korea, and you know how they sent it back to us?
In pieces.
Boxes.
In pieces.
They sent that bitch back in boxes, and that's how we got it back.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember that.
They know how to. They got a perfect copy of that shit over
I mean, it's just, for me, it's just one of those things that I believe that it's possible. I just think that, at the same time, there's so many people who would rather believe that we're like top of the food chain when I don't even think we're anywhere near the top. I think we're like one of the youngest races or youngest, civilizations, planets in everything. Because we still don't even know how to get along with each other just because we don't look like each other.
there. Hell, half the shit on this planet can't get along with each other.
Well, that's true too. What's going on, Angel? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well on this Friday night.
That's awesome. So, what do you think about ghosts or paranormal or aliens or whatever?
I believe in it, but for me, I just have never got interested in it because I believe in paranormal and I believe in aliens and ghosts, but I just have never got interested in it to the fullest extent.
Right. Well, see, I mean, I never really was like into it like that. It just, it's just to me that I like to try and make things make sense.
Yeah, but we live in a hot spot in UFOs.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Gulf Breeze was like the number one place.
Gulf Breeze, boy. Gulf Breeze, boy. I'm telling you right now. You want to see a UFO? What? 20 years ago?
Yeah.
You want to see a UFO 20 years ago? All you had to do is just drive through Gulf Breeze.
So what these dummies don't realize is what these bases do around here. Every bomb that you hear that's dropped in any war, the Patriot, the Moab, all that crap has been dropped around here first. And that's what's in the sky. Now, there might be some extra up there.
Right.
A lot of that's military doing some military stuff. And doing military about it.
Well, just like there's this one technology that makes absolutely no sense that we even have or even thought of. Have you ever heard of the finger of God?
That tungsten steel rod that's just
it's a
that they just gonna drop
titanium rod that they just release that's sitting
like
in the sky.
With no nuclear
I mean, that makes absolutely no sense. If that is true, if that is a true weapon, where did we even come up with the idea or even the technology to come up with a weapon that you just drop? And there's no propeller. Right, it's a metal bar. There's no propeller. There's no warhead. There's nothing.
Well, that was kind of easy if you think about it, because I mean, you already have hell coming through the damn atmosphere. They've been known that. So now this thing is so hot, and tungsten is the hottest melting metal that there is. Because I watch Forged in Fire, I know this shit.
Right.
So when they drop that, basically it just explodes. It's just like a nuclear bomb without the waste.
Right.
So I mean, I can see how some jackass sat there like, hey, if we drop this from up here, what would happen?
Right.
And then simulate it.
Now, so I have a question. Do you think that most people, some people, or just a few people, when pass on, leave residual energy? Or do you think that, like, when you die, you're still here, you're just in a plane that, you're just not, that some of them can touch, not all of them?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Depends. I think like those ley lines or whatever the hell they talk about have a lot to do with some things.
Right.
You know, where certain areas are like where they have like those wartime areas where a lot of tragedy happened there, you know.
Right.
And I can kind of see that. You know, you walking out here, there could be some dude that, you know, he was just trying to take a shit. And he got blown up by a goddamn cannon. Now he pissed. He didn't know what the hell happened.
Right.
Now he just floating out here trying to take a perpetual shit. That's all the man trying to do.
Hey, so what do you think, bro? Do you think you know, do you think that everybody leaves behind the energy? Do you think some people leave behind the energy and move on? Do you think
Well,
that, what do you think?
Well, some of our energy is not even inside of us when we get up in the morning because some of us don't get enough sleep every night, and some energy is used for other things. Like, do you think that everything in your car is like there? Nah, because you will leave behind gas, oil, but it usually is a signification of telling you that it's time to check your oil or like to get it fixed if there's a leakage. So not every thing that leaves behind energy, as you say, but us as humans leave behind energy. But where does that energy go that we leave behind? I don't know.
Do you think it can become some type of a manifestation? Or do you
Probably.
think like or do you think like like I was saying, do you think that there's two like this? I guess you could say the interdimensional thing. Do you think that there's like that they live on one plane and they're still tapped into this one?
Not that I know of, but I do know your partner over there has energy in him right now.
Oh, you just heard that.
Oh God! All right, on that one, we're gonna go ahead and listen to what we got going on over here. So let's see what we got. This is like I said, Noop's top 5. Filippo, what's going on, Filippo?
It on camera, at first believing it to be a helicopter. Only after zooming in did the skeptic begin to doubt his own theory.
I don't see
In the footage,
anything.
it's clear that the object is not anything
Oh,
you
there it is,
usually
right
see
here.
in the sky. It has a saucer shape and moves very slowly through the clouds. Now, most UFO videos are very easy to debunk, but this one seems much more realistic than most. If you look close, you can see light reflecting off the circular object. The clip
Okay.
also seems more believable because the camera operator actually zooms and focuses on the object several times. This video is either a special effects video created by someone who took a lot of time to create this saucer-shaped object in
What's going
exceptional
on,
detail,
Filippo?
or it's actual footage of a UFO. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts down in the comments.
So, Angel, you've seen most of those, or all of those. Which one do you find the most to be true, and which do you find the most to be true?
Number 1, and I would say number 4 or 5. Number 1 to be the most true, and number 4 and 5 to be the least true.
Why you say number 1 to be the most true?
I guess that just really is more true to me. There's really no clear explanation.
Appeared over northern Norway.
Norwegians were treated to a spectacular light show.
And this is the one you're talking about?
Immediately set tongues
Yeah.
wagging. Everyone asking what created that giant blue pinwheel in the sky.
After contacting multiple sources and getting very few answers, news outlets ultimately speculated that the event might have been a
You
failed
said ice
Russian
crystal?
rocket test.
There's a lot of ice cream.
So, What do you think?
Because there'll be
Do you
times when
believe
you
it was
see a
just a
halo.
rocket test gone wrong?
Right.
Or proof that there's more out there than the government tells us? Let me know
So,
your opinion in the comments down below.
Well, even if that's true, let's just say that it is ice crystals. Let's just say it is ice crystals and it's a natural phenomenon. Then he would be correct in it being the most true because it's something that actually happened.
Like I said, when he said 1, 2, whatever, nothing, I said I lost track of what the hell was what.
No, I'm just.
I know.
God damn it! Why do you do this to me? We can't even agree without arguing. God dang.
By the way, hey to your partner there, Nationwide.
Of course, it's my boy ABG sitting in.
ABG.
Yep, same old.
Yes, yeah. All right, check it out. We're just gonna go ahead and jump to the next.
Another new.
Nothing. What is that? Another news?
This is no
Why
presentation.
unexplained mysteries in the sky?
It does the same thing, eh? I guess you didn't put the second video up there.
It is in there.
Then where is it?
I can't kill you, and I can't stand the rain.
The door to make sure the deadbolt was locked. I started to whimper and shake. Third, when we both were awoken by a knock at the door. Being half asleep, I stumbled awkwardly to the door. Before we reached the door, there was another loud knock. But this time it was much harder, as if the person on the other side was getting frustrated. I looked through the peephole to see 3 kids with their heads bent and looking downwards. And from what I could tell, they all appeared to be between the ages of 4 and 9. The oldest one murmured something aloud, as if he could tell I was looking at them. "Can you let us in? We need to call our mother." My girlfriend leans over to look and says, "There's something not right about this. Don't let them in."
You think?
Over in the corner, my dog, Brutus, a Rottweiler who is normally fearless, started to whimper and shake. My girlfriend gripped my arm tightly and started to cry. I glanced back into the peephole again. One of the younger kids looked up directly towards me, and his eyes were completely empty, pitch black sockets. He whispered just loud enough for me to hear him through the door. "You have to let us in. We have to call our mom. You're a bad person if you don't." I backed away from the door slowly, as if in a trance. Then another knock. My girlfriend gasps, and I walk her back to the couch and tell her not to move. I go back to the door to make sure the deadbolt was locked. I hear another muffled command through the door that I have to let them in so they can call their mother. I don't
Ain't no
reply,
kid gonna
and I
tell
don't
me to
look back
open
to
my
the
door. Ain't no kid
But
telling me to
instead,
open
I
my
walked
door.
back to where my
I'm so
girlfriend
sorry.
was. She was nervous and shaking, so I held her and took her into the kitchen, where there suddenly came a pounding on the back door, and we both freeze. The door to the backyard was a sliding glass door, so we could see right through it, and staring back at us was a young girl with eyes darker than the night sky. My girlfriend starts to freak out and immediately gets on her phone and dials 911. I grab her by the arm and drag her away from the slide.
You want first?
No, I'm just saying, I wouldn't know. For your mama.
Come on, man. First off, if you got eyes darker than these sunglasses and ain't no white in there, what make you think I'm opening the door? If your eyes look like this sunglasses, you need to have these sunglasses on when you bring your ass to my door. And it don't let it be nighttime and you got sunglasses on. That's worse than wearing sunglasses in the house. Look at my boy. What's going on, little bro?
I got his sunglasses on.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's my boy Angel right there. If y'all don't know who he is, then y'all should.
sliding door and upstairs to my room. Once upstairs, I tell her to hide underneath my bed. I grab my dad's pistol from his room. I sprint back downstairs and stand directly in front of the sliding door, hoping the sight of the gun would scare her away. But my blood turned to ice water as I noticed the door was slightly ajar.
Oh
I heard
no!
footsteps walking through my house. At the same moment, I heard the sirens. I make myself stand with my back against the corner until the cops burst out.
No.
I put down the gun and my girlfriend comes back downstairs. The cops searched every inch of the house and yard, but never found any intruders.
So I've recently been reading about these so-called black-eyed kids. I admit, I was a little scared. I mean, how could you not be after hearing things like, they only show up if you know about them? But, come on, this is Reddit, so how much of it could actually be true?
My bad if I'm, exposing y'all to the black-eyed children. They only show up if you know about them.
I had just gotten home from work around 6 p.m. Pacific Coast time, because I live in sunny California. All you people are wondering what just happened.
Tell them motherfuckers Halloween is over.
I'm drop kicking you off
I
my
live
foot.
with 3 of my friends, but tonight they were all out doing their own things, which I was completely fine with since
Show up at my house with some contacts in. I'm gonna kick. This is my house. I'm kicking your ass right off the porch. I don't care if your ass is 5. Shit. If your eyes is black, I am punching your ass like I'm Randy Orton.
at my door.
RKO.
At first, I thought it was just one of my roommates,
Kick party.
but they all had the keys. That's when I decided I should probably go and check out who was at the door. Annoyed, I got back up and made my way to the door. Now, the first thing you do at night before opening the door is check the window with people to see who's at the door. And that's exactly what I had intended to do. But for some strange reason, I went straight to opening the door.
No.
At first, I wasn't too intimidated. I mean, what could go wrong? They're just kids, right?
Children of corn, anybody?
They were both boys. I'm guessing around anywhere between 10 to 15 years old. And they were staring directly at the ground. They were both pale, almost like they were fading away in front of my eyes. One of the boys had brown hair, but even that seemed like it was fading. The other was a bit shorter and had black hair. Now, before you get ahead of yourself, this isn't weird by any means at all. At least, not in my neighborhood. There's always kids playing around my neighborhood at this time of night.
How is this not weird?
Time they'd actually knock on my door. After what seemed like an eternity of complete silence,
How is this not weird?
brown hair asked me to let them in. And that's when I was
That'd be all the streetlights came on.
staring in terror. After a second of hesitation, I was finally able to ask, Are you kids okay? Again, the taller boy asked, more forcefully this time.
This kind of reminds me of that kid from The Sixth Sense.
See dead people and shit.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
They creepy ass on.
Yeah, for real. This little freaky little son bitch he's kind of messing my head up, but I'm trying not to talk about it because it's, I mean, even though he ain't got no eyes, he's still, I think, a kid. I don't know. I don't know. I know what shows up at your door ain't no damn kid, but this might just be a model right here.
No way in hell those black-eyed kid stories were true.
Creepy as hell.
Terrified. I tried asking them to leave, but I was interrupted by the taller boy again asking me to let them in.
Nope.
If I didn't, they'd never be able to go home.
Well, that's your bad.
I slowly started opening the door wider and wider.
You better get to knocking on some more doors.
I was about to say the magic words.
I'm not the only door on this block.
That's when I caught a
Richard
glimpse
will let
of
you in.
the boy's eyes. It was nothing but an
You got cookies
flash
over there.
of my dirty soul. I don't really know why.
Go holler at that dude over there. He ain't allowed to have kids at his house. You open the door. He'll open the door.
One of my roommates
Signs posted on the front fence.
didn't go to sleep that night. I actually haven't slept well at all lately. Sometimes when I stare out from my bedroom window, I still see two boys standing in the light post not far from my house. I think they're waiting, but I'm not sure what.
Get on.
But I think
Oh, really?
that if you see these kids at your door, don't bother opening the door. It may very well be your end.
This story is told from the point of view of a female. It almost felt like a dream. I woke up to my dog Lucy barking. She was upright on the bed, where my husband and I were sleeping with our 22-month-old daughter. She was staring at the door, like an unknown stranger was out there rummaging around. I thought she was freaking out over a house noise. We only had her for 3 months, and she was still a puppy. It could have been anything. Our roommate, a creak from the house settling, beyond.
One thing I have noticed about most stories is if anybody hasn't noticed, have you noticed that animals usually, and it's cats more than dogs, but animals mainly sense things wrong first?
They stupid.
Animals usually sense things wrong first. See, I got ferrets, and ferrets don't give a damn about anything. So that's where I'm sitting.
Things moving outside in the breeze. I wasn't too concerned initially. I decided the best bet would be to open the door and show her nothing was there. It sounds a bit silly, but that's what we do with our daughter when she gets scared, and I figured it should work on a puppy too. I opened, and she raced to the front door. She stood there snarling at the door. It was an angry, violent growl, one I had never heard her make before.
No.
I looked groggily at her and opened the baby gate blocking the doorway, planning to open the door to show her everything was okay. The second my hand reached for the deadbolt, Lucy went wild. She started barking and jumped towards me, and when my hand touched the metal, she suddenly changed her temper, almost like she was afraid and backing down. As her mannerism changed, so did mine. I wasn't calm anymore. My heart was racing and sinking at the same time. I'd been flooded with a mixture of fear and dread. I looked through the peephole. I can't explain why I looked, but I did. Outside were 2 kids. One was a smidgen shorter than the other, and didn't look much younger. I'm 21, and she looked to be about 16 or 17. She was slender and pale. Her hair was a light shade of honey blonde, and she wore it long, about mid-back, with long, thin, blunt bangs in the front that covered most of her eyes. She wore jeans, a light wash that's popular right now, and a thin-looking olive-colored pullover-style hoodie. She held the hand of a girl, who looked to be about 3 or 4, in the same style jeans and button-down ivory cardigan.
Okay, do you know how scared you gotta be to memorize a motherfucker's outfit?
That wasn't no dude. We already knew this was told from the woman's perspective, so she got the whole outfit.
She got the outfit down.
Ask a dude. She was wearing some jeans and a t-shirt.
She knows the color. She knows the outfit. She knows the hair color.
A slight rose pink with a gold trim and 3 buttons in the front. And she had like honey hazel hair with 3 highlights and these bangs that were kind of crooked. And I ain't see much else though.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, her shoes were ugly.
Do you know how afraid you gotta be to know that?
No, how much of a woman?
Wow.
Well, didn't I call that before this story started?
You got anything, Angel?
Nah, it seems like she knows a lot of stuff in this video.
Right.
Not a detail.
To me, it's either scripted or she was just that afraid she remembers all of them. I mean, because I've heard a lot of stories, and there's a lot of stories where I believe you remember that because, when something like that happens, you remember. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to, but you remember. But, sometimes when you get down to the hair color, the streaks, you know what I'm saying? Acid wash jeans to the, where, yeah, right. When, I can tell you where the splashes were, that to me starts to sound a little scripted. So let's go ahead and see how far this rabbit hole goes.
Again. The smaller one was looking at the ground shyly, but had the same style of hair, tied back in a ponytail. She
I'm
held a
sorry,
stuffed toy
Barbara?
under her free arm, and it was identical to the one my daughter has, as was her style of dress. Under normal
course, you know, I'll
circumstances,
probably holler
I
at
probably
you
would have
after
asked
this
these children
anyway.
to come in and given them some tea or hot chocolate to get them out of the bitter cold, but something about them seemed odd. At this point, I hadn't made any noise. I hadn't shushed the dog, or grumbled, or anything. I hadn't turned on any lights. These kids had no indicators I was at the door. The older one spoke. She had a voice that was mature, confident, strong, and had no accent whatsoever. She had her head tilted downward, and I couldn't see her eyes. She said, "We have to use your phone."
No.
I stood frozen in fear.
She was
How'd
not
she know
using
it
my
was there?
nighttime minutes.
She raised her head
For
to
real?
face me directly, and that's when I saw her
We
eyes.
good.
There was a reason I couldn't see them through her bangs before. They were black, or midnight
Really?
blue,
No.
or a very dark shade of purple. They were otherworldly. She then said, "Our mother is worried." As someone
then
who
she
has been
just worried.
interested in creepy stories, I knew what she was the second she looked at me through the door. I have never been one to believe in these things. As a staunch atheist and skeptic, when it comes to the paranormal, I had written off many a ghost story from friends and family members who were eager to tell their tales. I didn't believe it. Still, I couldn't rationalize my way out of this. I was standing with nothing but a thin wooden door between me and a black-eyed kid. There was no questioning what was right in front of me.
Nope.
I didn't answer her.
Nope.
Slowly and silently,
Nope.
I backed away from the door. Lucy was still cowering at my ankles. She kept talking. "Just let us use your phone." I took another step back, and with that step, the tone changed. At first, it seemed polite. When I took that second step back, she became commanding, almost hostile. "We're not going to hurt you. If you wanted to do that, you would have broken in. I'll ask again. May we come in and use your phone?"
No means no.
Okay, I don't understand. Where does that sound like good logic? If we wanted to hurt you, we would have broken in already, or we would have done it already. I don't care. Anytime somebody tells you that, if I wanted to do that, I could have done that already, tells me you have already thought about it. Either you already thought about it or you already knew that that was an option to begin with. Either one I don't like.
I always said, I'd rather see it on TV than see it in person.
And your punk ass is supposed to be 14, 15 years old. Hell no. See, this is the reason why when people say I carry guns because of these dumbass kids, I understand. Because some of these motherfuckers got black eyes.
Ain't no TikTok bitch.
Hell no. If your eyes are darker than angels' glasses, then we have issues.
Mm-hmm.
Lucy snarled at the
Ugh.
and I inched
Wow.
backward.
Oh, excuse me.
I ran back into my room, covered up the window, locked the door, and sat there in the dim light of the nightlight. I heard her call me back to the door once more, and then there was silence. I didn't go back to sleep that night, and I haven't slept right since. I know from reading about black-eyed kids that they can't come in without permission. I know they haven't hurt anyone, but I still fear I'll be the exception. When I told my husband, he said it was just a dream. But this lingering feeling of sadness, this dread when the house is silent at night, tells me otherwise.
That power bill is just going to be horrendous.
Right?
The lights on.
I'm leaving all lights on.
afternoon shift at the county hospital.
Yeah, no
I
power
was on my way
LEDs or
back
something.
home walking because I have no car and no one could
I
pick
ain't.
me up.
Yet, I don't
Not
mind at all
good.
walking because my house isn't that far and I'm used to walking ever since I was a kid. It was about 10:30 p.m. and I was just in the sidewalk outside the hospital arranging my sweater. The street was so empty, barely a car or two passed by, but that usually happens on Saturday nights in that area, so there's
I
nothing
think I heard
commercial
this one
except for a
before.
Subway and a McDonald's. I started walking towards home when I spotted ahead two small figures sitting on a bus bench. There's usually homeless
Yeah, I
people
think I
and
heard this one
addicts
before. I
outside this
think somebody
hospital
else
almost
read it
every
though.
day and night, so obviously I thought it was some pair of hobos or something usual. But as I got closer to the bus stop, I saw it was two children. I thought to myself, what the fuck? What are these kids doing by themselves in this place so late? It can be so dangerous. But I also thought maybe their parents were
Yeah, lucky
nearby,
you.
or I don't know. Honestly, I just wanted to go
Were they
home and
doing everything
rest.
I'm doing?
I was so
Man, they've
tired.
been doing
Then
everything
when I
we've been doing
finally
since
reached the bus
we
stop,
got up
I
this morning.
confirmed that it was two kids sitting in the darkness. They were wearing hoodies and were looking at some coins one of them had in the hand. I slowed my walking pace to look at the scene, and then I stopped to ask the children the typical, "Where are your parents?" because they looked so young and it was late.
Can you
That's when
hear it?
all of a sudden my heart sunk and my blood fell to my feet of sudden fear.
Let me
It
know when you
froze
can
me in
hear it,
front of
Barbara.
these two kids. The younger one was like 6 years old, too little, and he was somewhat moaning about something, and the older one was about 10. Both boys, as they looked at the coins in the oldest hand, they both asked if I don't know. Honestly, I just wanted to go home and rest, because my house isn't that far, and I'm used to walking ever since I was a kid. It was about 10:30 p.m.,
All
and I
right,
was
there
just
you
in the
go.
sidewalk outside the hospital arranging my sweater. The street was so empty, barely a car or two passed by, but that usually happens on Saturday nights in that area, where there's nothing commercial except for a Subway and a McDonald's. I started walking towards home when I spotted ahead two small figures sitting at a bus bench. There's usually homeless people and addicts outside this hospital almost every day and night, so obviously I thought it was some pair of hobos or something usual. But as I got closer to the bus stop, I saw it was two children. I thought to myself, what the fuck? What are these kids doing by themselves in this place so late? It can be so dangerous. But I also thought maybe their parents were nearby, or I don't know. Honestly, I just wanted to go home and rest. I was so
Makes
tired.
sense.
Then when I finally reached the bus stop, I confirmed that it was two kids sitting in the darkness. They were wearing hoodies and were looking at some coins one of them had in the hand. I slowed my walking pace to look at the scene, and then I stopped to ask the children the typical, "Where are your
Right?
parents?" because they looked so young and it was late. That's when all of a sudden my heart sunk and my blood fell to my feet of sudden fear that froze me in front of these two kids.
See, no, 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 no. If you see the kid before this one,
Lowered my walking pace to look at the scene, and
hell
then I stopped to ask the
no,
children the typical, "Where are your parents?" because
no, hell no. Even if you look that young, I'm letting you know now. I love kids. I no, hell no. If I see a kid this young with eyes like that, I am punting that bitch across the street. I am punting that motherfucker across the street. I don't care. If a motherfucker that young comes to my door with a teenager with black eyes and I was dumb enough to open the goddamn door, I'm punting that bitch across the street, and that is my word. So, just to let y'all know, if y'all ever heard about Nationwide Wise Guy punting a motherfucking kid across the street, you best to bet when I seen that motherfucker, either it was in the shadow and I saw black eyes, or that motherfucker had absolutely black eyes. And by the time they got here, that motherfucker was just now regaining consciousness. Because I'm Spartan kicking that son of a bitch across the street. I'm telling you,
I'm going home.
From my front door to the yard across the street, I'm punting that motherfucker. For real. I ain't got no time for that. None. Look how young that child is. And they try to use kids that young to get in your house. Hell no. Hell no.
I don't see you.
You get the boot, son. See, look,
you got it like Beckham.
Look, check it out. I had a few homeboys when I played football who were the kicker. I know that you have to use your whole entire body, including your hands, when you kick that goddamn ball. So I know when they put their hands up and drop their hands and they kick, I know to do that. So if there is a motherfucker that young on my doorstep and you see my hands go up and you see that bitch fly, you know what happened. Sparta. Something. Oh, hell no.
Before you continue, if I was in that same situation there, Nationwide, I wouldn't punch that person. I would kick that woman in the vagina. I mean, I did it once before on Christmas Eve of 2014, and I wouldn't be afraid to do it again because the vagina is the most painful part that you would never want to be kicked or hit at because you'll be like hopping around.
Hey, look, I'm with you because they ain't got no problem with kicking me in my shit, so I'm kicking you in your shit. We just two shit kicking motherfuckers. I ain't lying.
I'm kicking you.
We two shit kicking motherfuckers. If you kick me in my shit, I'm damn sure kicking you in your
God
shit.
damn it, you gonna catch this big thing. You straight up catching this big team wrapped around your tape.
I'm trying to tell you, that's just what it is. Hey, eye for an eye. You do it to others. There's a lot of sayings that say, if you do it to me, I should do it back.
We going in the damn ambulance with my foot stuck right in your tape.
Can't remove it.
I tried to take the shoe off.
That's when all of a sudden my heart sunk and my blood fell to my feet of sudden fear that froze me in front of these two kids. The younger one was like 6 years old, too little, and he was somewhat moaning about something, and the older one was about 10. Both boys, as they looked at the coins in the oldest hand, they both asked if I had $2 I could change for the coins. It all happened in less than a minute, and they looked up to me, and that's when I saw the freaking pitch black eyes. They had no white.
My boy Flavor Flav said it best back when he was with Public Enemy. I ain't got nothing for you, man.
Home without looking back, but I heard them shout something like, "Come on, we just need some change."
My experience with BEK or BEW, Black Eyed Woman, happened in mid-December last year.
Did we jump? Did we lose time?
Yeah, apparently we jumped. Apparently I have no idea. You know, that was just a bad way to end that one. So my bad, y'all. So we'll just go to the next one since that's what we're doing.
Oh, the titties are more sensitive. Yeah, like I said, I will speed box. Diggity.
Leave it to the sauce to educate you.
I'm still gonna try to put my foot in your tape.
I love my PNC. Salute, baby girl. I love you. I love you. That's my sauce right there.
Titty twister. Palm the whole thing. I got a big hand. I can palm a basketball. I can palm a titty.
You want to know something that I find so hilariously funny? My PNC Barbara Places, one of my best friends on this planet. Her nickname is the Sauce.
Wow.
But you know what I find humorous? The person that called her any type of sauce before anybody called her sauce is my little brother Angel. He has always called her some type of tangy, some type of
I
whatever
used to
sauce.
call. I used to.
He
I
has
used to call
always
her.
called her some type of sauce.
I used to call her Barbecue Barbara.
Yes. So before she even got the name Sauce, Angel had already called her Sauce, and I'm talking about for at least a year. I think that's dope. See, I catch stuff. I catch kind of stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get back to the video. That's way off topic, but I noticed things like that.
Downtown Phoenix at the time and just moved into my apartment the previous month. I was out with some friends that night and got home around 10 p.m. I had to be at work about 5 a.m. or so I went straight to bed. I woke up abruptly to knocking on my door and thought, it's 2 a.m. Who the hell is at my door? I rubbed my head back.
2 a.m. I ain't answering shit.
I peeked out my
Not a
window
booty
to see
call.
who
I
it
did
was.
not call nobody.
You didn't call and I didn't call. 2 a.m. You better get the fuck off my porch.
There are way too many people here
I
right
immediately
now.
sprung out of bed, thinking this girl was in trouble.
Who the fuck are
I
y'all?
instantly thought of my sister and mom. If they were in that position, I would hope someone would help. I cracked the door open and asked, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" She simply said,
I need to use your phone.
her voice was very calm, but
No.
something was just wrong about it. She was about 5'8", 18 to 20 years old. Everything about her seemed normal, but she had these strange glasses on and a strange vibe. I told her to hold on, and then I would grab it.
wow.
I went back into my room to grab my phone when I heard the door slowly open. I quickly began to have second thoughts about what I just did, opening the door to a stranger.
Jackass.
I walked
How
back
you
out to
open
her
the door
room.
first?
When I saw her laying
Yeah, you open the door.
I told her, "Make it quick. I need to be at work in a few hours." As I said that, she turned her head towards me and took off her glasses. She smiled, and suddenly I couldn't move. Her eyes were completely black, like someone had sharpied her eyeballs, and she had some sort of black substance in her teeth. She stood up and eased her way towards me. I tossed her the phone, not wanting to be anywhere near this person. She grabbed it and made 2 calls, which I later found out were to disconnected numbers.
Oh,
When she
hell
was done, I
no.
asked her, "Can you wait outside for your ride? I need to sleep." She replied,
I can't leave.
Oh no!
"I said you need to wait outside.
No.
You can't be in here." Suddenly, she began to cry.
That's your
I
fault.
told her that I was sorry for whatever had happened to her.
Okay, 2 things. 1, that is kind of creepy. And 2, this kid right here is worse than the other kid.
Yeah.
I can't even look at this screen right now, man.
I mean, who in their right minds answered the door at 2 a.m. in the morning? I usually am in bed at the time.
That's Panda. That's Panda. Yeah, that's way too early in the morning or way too late at night. However the hell you want to look at it, to be knocking on my door. We just ain't having that. We ain't having that. I'm telling you, you knock on my door that early or that late, however the hell you want to look at it, however the hell I look at it. You knock on my door that time of the day, you getting greeted with some type of heat. Especially if you tell me I better or I need to open my door so you can come in here. No.
I mean,
the minute
there
you
has
tell
been.
me.
I mean, there has been times where I didn't fall asleep until about 4 a.m. in the morning, but at 2 a.m. I wouldn't answer my door.
Right?
Because the damn sure ain't no Jehovah's Witness.
Because but see, here's the thing. This is something that this is the first time I've heard this, but I'm not saying that it's not true. And Barbara just touched on it. Black teeth? Oh, no.
Bye, bitch.
For real.
Black teeth? Your baby teeth?
No, we good. We good. You got black eyes and black teeth. The two things that's supposed to be white on you is black. We good. Deuces. Deuces.
Because if I look up, I don't want none. I don't need no candy. I don't need no Girl Scout cookies. I don't need nothing.
Do they have deuces where you from?
Well, prices.
Now, see, the Black Eyed Kids were the only true I want to say the only true idea of interdimensional travel, only because there was a friend of mine who used to come on here. His name was John, and he threw out the idea that because in a few videos they tell you that the people who have let them in, they get real sick, they feel real drained, they feel like, they're just, they're dying on their feet. And it feels like they're just sucking the life force out of you. See, he didn't mean that.
Good.
But, but then when we talked about it, it was like, maybe if they are here from another dimension and they need to sustain some type of life force, they draw on yours. But again, that's something that has just been talked about. It really hasn't been like made me think that that's an absolute possibility. Just like that's a possibility.
What's Reese Johnson though?
I'm done talking to you.
But that she couldn't really be
Well,
in
they
there.
used to wear it the hard way.
She looked up at me and smiled.
Apparently they like it the hard way.
Can I use your bathroom before I leave?
I pointed to the bathroom, and she went into it without closing the door. I grabbed my phone from the coffee table and dialed 911, but it didn't go through. I yelled, "You need to leave, now!" I heard nothing from her. I peeked into the bathroom.
I mean, even
and I saw
the
Harvey
mythology of
Brevin.
vampires
She was
could
scratching
have
at her
came
face,
from the idea
smiling in
of
the mirror.
black-eyed people.
I saw that and ran to my room, and I locked the door. I kept yelling, "I called the police." I heard her giggle and say,
I told you I can't leave.
Yep, succubus and an orphan.
I
Yep.
was shaking and I didn't know what to do. I kept telling myself, I'm strong. I'm strong. About 5 minutes went by, and I heard knocking on the door as if the situation was a replay.
Whataburger.
I peeked out my window to see if it was a concerned neighbor, but it was her again.
Already.
I sprinted to my
Get a
door,
burger every 3 hours.
but it was already closed and locked. I was paralyzed in fear. How could she lock my door from the inside and get out? I cracked my window open and threw out a sweatshirt with $20 in it. I yelled, "Get a cab. Hitch a ride and just leave me alone." She didn't touch the sweatshirt or the money and sat there on my steps as if she was waiting for me. I began pounding the connecting wall to my neighbor. Then I dialed 911 again, and it finally went through. As I explained the situation to the dispatcher, I peeked out the window to see her gone along with my sweatshirt. I felt the biggest relief. Needless to say, I didn't sleep the rest of the night.
Oh, hell no.
I opened my door to see my $20 bill on my doorstep. It looked like a brand new, crisp $20 bill. I picked.
At the time of my encounter, I was 29 and lived.
Okay, wait. So this motherfucker took the sweatshirt, left the money, but when left the money, left it looking newer than the motherfucker that I left outside.
So all she wanted was a sense of
Oh no, I can't do that. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know, as a black dude, I can't do that. I'm moving. I'm moving because you came to my house, not because you're in my house. I'm moving because you came to my house. You gonna knock on this door again, and when you do, somebody else gonna live here. This is somebody else's problem as of tomorrow.
As of tomorrow, I ain't the movie. I gotta remake. You answer no.
For real? I'm so sorry.
That's in the agreement. You answer all knock shots at 12 p.m.
All right, check this out. We're gonna do one more video, then I'm gonna go ahead and call this a quit and end this video. But I just want to go ahead and just do one more video. Let's just go ahead and check out what this one is. I want to see what this one is because it already started. All right, Angel, anything you want to add as far as we are right now?
No, I'm on the same boat with you.
All right, last video. Let's check out, see what this one is before we go ahead and call it a night.
Living alone in an apartment on the north side of Indianapolis. After I got off work, I wanted nothing more than to drink whiskey and veg out in front of the TV. At some point, I must have fallen asleep on the couch. I awoke to the sound of someone knocking at my door. A little groggy and still a little drunk, I went to the door. When I looked through the peephole, I saw a dark-haired girl, possibly Hispanic, standing there. It was late. The entrance hall in my building was not well lit. One dim decorative chandelier was all we had at night. I lived on the second floor, so she was basically standing in front of the light, leaving it difficult to see her face. I didn't say anything, but she must have seen my shadow under the door or heard me pressing against it, because she blurts out, "I need to use your phone, let me in." I remember being taken aback by the rudeness and assertiveness in her voice. She must have been some meth head that's confused, I thought. "You have the wrong apartment," I responded, watching her through the peephole. She stood there, not moving for what seemed like a long time. "I need to use your bathroom. Please let me in," she finally said in an annoyed tone, almost like I was the one bothering her. I never heard of black-eyed kids at the time,
leave
but
me the
many
hell
years
alone.
later, I read that they are usually accompanied by a feeling of absolute fear. I didn't feel that, but I do remember feeling anxious and nauseous. Whether that was the booze or nerves is difficult to say. "It was too late for this shit," I said, trying to match her tone. "Get the hell away from my door." I started back toward the couch when she knocked on the door again. "Let me in. This won't take long. You just need to use your phone."
Oh,
She used a
hell
sharper
no.
tone than
No,
before.
no,
I had a
no. Okay, fuck that weed shit. Let me in. This won't take long. What the fuck you mean?
We can get you in the hard way.
You knocking on my door and you talking about this won't take long?
He likes you. And he wants you.
Like I said, there's more doors on this street. You better get to knocking.
You better knock on this one right beside you.
Because I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck how scared I am. You can knock on these goddamn doors and windows all night. You can bang on these bitches and break them all goddamn night. I am not giving you permission to walk in my house.
I have
Fuck
noise
you.
canceling headphones, bitch. I am going to sleep.
I am so sorry. It is not happening.
Enough. Chick or no chick, this tweaker bitch was about to have herself an accident. I was reaching for the deadbolt when I realized she used the word "we." She wants me to open the door, I thought. She probably has her tweaker boyfriend standing out of view, waiting to clock me in the head as soon as I do. Once more, I checked the peephole. She was leaning against my door with both hands, her face inches away from the peephole, as if she would like nothing more than to jump through it, black eyes like marbles, and she was seething.
"Let me in."
She said it as if keeping her out was some kind of joke that had gotten old. Then she slammed her open hands against the door so hard I jumped back. That's when my stomach wrenched, and I covered my side of the door with a pint of Jack Daniels and whatever I had for dinner. I ran to the bathroom to finish puking. Then I grabbed the .45 I kept in my nightstand.
Blow up all of your front door. You can't leave that for the morning. You can't leave that
That's
for the
it.
morning at all.
That was it. But I'm sorry, you can't tell me to open my door and think that I'm opening my door. That's just not how this works. No. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the reason why you don't hear very many stories coming out about black-eyed children and black folks. Because when you knock on our door at a certain time of night, we just ain't giving a fuck. You can bang on that bitch all you want. The minute you get out of line, you getting somebody answering that door with some type of steel, whether it's a pistol or it's a mother freaking knife.
First of all, don't get angry with
Something.
unless you called before you were fucking coming over there in the first place.
Man, I'm
you
so
were expected to
sorry.
knock on
Oh
that door.
no.
There is no unexpected knocks.
I'm sorry. And here's the thing. I don't give a damn what color your eyes are. If you are in the wrong community, you getting shot. If you in the wrong household, if you in the wrong porch, you getting shot.
Like some black folks wearing back ahead.
If you are in the wrong place at the wrong time, you getting shot. I don't care if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Haitian. I don't give a damn. But yeah, when it comes to Black Eyed Kids, I do definitely believe that there's a possibility that there's truth. Yeah. I don't. Shit. Well, all right, y'all. Like I said, this is your boy Nationwide Wise Guy, and I wanted to share a couple of videos with y'all, watch a couple of videos with y'all. Angel, at the end of the day, what do you think about at least the Black Eyed Children? Do you believe that they exist? Has this changed your mind? That you becoming this skeptical? You becoming this? How do you feel now?
It's hard to tell, but there's one thing I definitely do agree with you. I would not answer my door if you were to come and knock at it, unless if you were like the police or someone. But other than that, I wouldn't knock on my door at 2 a.m. in the morning. The only exception is if I'm expecting like a delivery, because I have gotten some package deliveries as early as 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning.
Right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give a damn if I'm sitting there, ain't nothing going on, and some police officers knock on my door with black eyes.
But you still gonna see lights.
If I accidentally open that door, I'm kicking them in the nuts. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. If you have eyes darker than these sunglasses, I will kick you in the nuts.
You could have a tight pair of Oakleys on.
Hey, if your eyes are darker than these glasses, I'm kicking you in the nuts. That's just what it is. I'm so sorry. That's just what it is. But this is your boy, Nationwide Wise Guy, and his homeboy, Angel. Angel, let everybody know where to find you. Angel, let everybody know where to find you.
Oh, you still throwing the LGBTQ outfit stuff out there?
Sure.
What did he say?
Oh, nothing important.
You know ABG, he's always talking trash.
Yeah, ABG talks that way.
All right, Angel, go ahead and let everybody know where to find your channel at, man.
Simply type in Angel's Army. You'll easily find me, but make sure you look for the right one, because there's a few other channels that have the same name as mine. Make sure you look for the one with this avatar on it. You can even find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and that's pretty much it.
Let me find out Angel's Instagram model.
Angel's an Instagram model, yeah. He got an OnlyFans too.
Oh no, he got one of the OnlyFans pages. Oh,
no, I don't have one.
All right, Angel. I love you, man. I'm just talking.
I love you too. You have a great night. I'm gonna have to go to bed here in the next hour or two because I have to go to work tomorrow.
Oh, I gotta go too.
All right, man. Right,
good night, everyone.
It's your boy Nationwide Wise Guy. I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. And I'm here with my boy ABG.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for your boy Nationwide Wise Guy.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night and don't answer the door if somebody got eyes darker than sunglasses.
Unless you had a booty call coming and they're supposed to be there.
If you got a booty call coming and they wearing sunglasses, I guess that's cool. But if they eyes look like this, you better kick their ass across the street. That's all I'm saying. I'm signing out, letting y'all know that's exactly what the hell I'm doing. I'm kicking kids across the street if they got black eyes. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all.